Hi friends, today I rolled out the purple mat to take you through an intermediate Pilates flow. So you'll need a couple of weights. If you don't have weights, that's okay. I have two 5-pound balls here, weighted balls, and then also a squishy ball. Don't have one of those, you could grab a pillow, a stuffed animal, a rolled up towel, or again, not necessary to use it. We're gonna bring our ball between our knees. Let's extend our legs nice and long in front of us. Feet are flexed like they're flat up against a wall. We have a nice tall spine here. The first thing we're going to do for a Pilates roll up is tuck the pelvis. So ribs move toward the pelvis, slowly rolling down one vertebra at a time. Arms come back up to the ceiling. Take a big deep breath in. Peel yourself up, chin toward chest, folding the body in half. So if it's not working for you, you could just come halfway down and then come all the way back up and fold over. We inhale to prepare. That exhale to come all the way back up again. Good, so warming up through the spine, gluing those knees to the ball. And then folding forward, rolling all the way back until you're flat on your back. Perfect, okay, let's bring the ball still between our knees here, and we can bring our flat feet onto the floor. So I'm pressing my feet into the floor, squeezing that ball between my knees, moving into some bridges. Take a big deep breath in. As we exhale, pick the bum up, send your hips up, lowering back down again. So you could wear shoes like I am. You could have grip socks, you could have bare feet, whatever works for you today. I don't mind the little extra foot and ankle support. Typically on the reformer, we're not wearing shoes. So I like to use it for the mat work. And then we'll come up and stay up. Squeeze the ball 3 times, and then we're lowering back down again. So increasing our time under tension. You could add your arms up to the ceiling. Maybe right out of the gate, you want a little extra challenge. You could even have weights or those weighted balls, if you have them, in your hands. So our purpose here, opening up through the front of the body, strengthening the back of the body. These hinge bridges, we are working on that glute strength, as well as the back and hamstrings too, and core. We'll come up and stay up. Feet walk a little bit closer together. One leg at a time, kicks long. So might be nice to put your arms down by your sides. I'm going to, a little extra stability, as long as we're not gripping onto the sides of the mat. I like to press my palms into the mat. Firing up those arms a little too. Next time your right leg is long, keep the right leg long, squishing the ball, our knee rather, into that ball. And then switching, left leg long, squishing that knee into the ball. Last 2, and then last 1, feet come back together, roll all the way back down. Okay, let's bring the ball underneath our heels. And that ball, I'm afraid she's probably gonna roll away on a number of occasions. So we're gonna bring our heels together on the edge of that ball. This time we're moving into an articulated bridge. So we are peeling ourselves up one vertebra at a time, lowering ourselves back down. So this is more about our spinal mobility, moving one segment of the spine at a time. Arms can come to the ceiling, lowering back down again. Next time you're up, we'll stay up 3 clamshells, knees open and close. Hips stay nice and level the whole time. Next time we're up, we'll stay up, one knee at a time, opens and closes. So maybe even your hands come to your hips to check that you're not dipping your whole one side of your body to the floor when that clam opens. And the hands can come back once you realize that you're on the right track. Last 2, last 1, and then we'll come all the way back down again. Okay, ball can come into our hands, feet can come to parallel, about hip distance apart. It's nice to be able to just touch your heels here, the heel of your shoe if you have shoes on. Arms come to the ceiling, press your hands into the ball. Hips come up to the ceiling, tricep extension, bend at the elbow, arms to the sky, then we lower back down. Lift, tricep extension, lower back down. We add on again. Next time you come up, one leg kicks long, tricep extension, switch. The other leg kicks long, tricep extension, feet to the floor. We lower back down. So we lift up, leg kicks, kick the other leg, and then lower back down again. This time we'll stay up, just alternating those kicks and tricep extensions. So if I lost you there, I know there was a lot going on. We can always get this train back on the tracks. Alternating kicks here with our continuous tricep extension. Last two. Evening it out. Last one. And then we'll come all the way back down. Okay, let's wedge the ball behind our knee, between the calf and the hamstring. There's a very high risk here that we're gonna lose this ball at some point here. So we'll work together on that one to keep it in place. Right foot is on the floor, single leg bridges. Hips lift, hips lower. Arms can come to the ceiling. Energy through the arms, trying to press into all four corners of that right foot. Let's come up and stay up. Toe tap, foot comes to tap the floor, tabletop, lower down again. Last 5 seconds. 2, toe taps only. How are your hips? Are they level? Check in. Last 2. And then last one, we'll come up with that leg in tabletop, pulse your hips, really driving down into that right heel for 3, 2, last one, come all the way down. Good, okay, ball comes behind that right knee. I say, good, because I didn't drop the ball. Left foot stays on the floor. Hips come up to the ceiling. We lower back down again, single leg bridges. So we often think, or it's common thinking out in the world, that reformer Pilates is more challenging. Pause that thought, add a toe tap, lower back down every time we bridge, one toe tap. So very common to think that reformer Pilates is more challenging than mat Pilates, but it's quite the opposite. So reformer Pilates was created to support our mat practice. So I like to throw it in there, keep myself honest, switch things up for my body. Come up and stay up, toe taps only. Last 3. 2 to our pulses. Last one, that leg is in tabletop, pulse your hips, up an inch, down an inch. Driving into that left heel, toes stay on the ground though. 3, 2, we come all the way back down. Good guys, okay. Figure 4 stretch, one leg over top of the other one. We can pull the legs in toward us. And then switching. I'd like to take that time to work on my flexibility here, give my muscles a chance to reset, after bridging especially. Okay, let's come into the series of 5. So I'll stay up in my chest lift here. Legs are in tabletop, single leg stretch. One leg at a time comes in toward my chest. Exhaling. Every time we come to that double pull, stretching the leg long as if I'm on the other end of you pulling it. Last 2. Last one, double leg stretch. Legs are bent, noses between our knees. Our head stays up, arms go long, circling the arms around, pull your knees in toward you. It feels like the head should go down, but instead that head stays up. You'll notice I'm curled up high enough that my shoulder blades are absolutely off the mat to keep as much tension out of the neck as possible. Last one, legs stay nice and long. Single straight leg stretch. Alternating. Some days your hammies are going to feel tighter than others. Today's a tight hammy day for me. So if that leg's not fully stretching, that's okay. We can always slide a little closer to the back of that knee, or have a soft bend in the leg. Last 2. Last one, hands come behind the head, double straight leg lower lift. Modification is going to bend at the knee here. Last 3, 2, and then last one, legs go long, crisscross, armpit toward knee. So we're not worried about the elbow coming to the knee, it's the armpit or shoulder. Three, elbows wide. Last one, and then we can come all the way down, stretching it out here. Nice work, guys. Okay, legs are long. Let's flex our feet. Arms can come up to the ceiling. Take a big deep breath in here. Peel yourself up, chin toward chest, folding your body in half here, reaching long for the feet. And then we'll stack the spine. Nice, guys. Okay, we will make our way onto all fours here. So this is my favorite series, which if you ever hear your Pilates teacher say that, sorry in advance. Okay, we're going to bring our right forearm down onto the mat. Left hand is down on the mat, and we'll extend that left leg nice and long. Starting simple here, the left leg lifts and lowers. Few things to keep in mind. Hips stay pointed down toward the mat. So I'm not wanting to open up my left hip toward you, toward the camera. And not wanting to collapse here either. Pressing away with that right forearm down on the mat. We add on. The next time the leg is up, I'm pressing up to bring my right hand on the mat. Right forearm comes down, foot taps the floor. Lift, hands, forearm, down we come. So at this stage of the game, there's barely any weight in my right hand. It's all in that left. Next time we're up on our hands, we add on. We come on that right hand. Tricep push-up. Elbows stay tucked, head, neck, shoulders, chest dip down. Left leg comes up, we press up. Forearm to the floor, foot taps. Lift, hands. Push up, leg comes high. Straight arms, back down we come. So you can always stick with the first layer, just that lift and lower of the left leg. So I'm like a seesaw here. My leg comes up, my body dips down. If you're feeling your hamstring in this one, the left one, same, not alone. Leg is extended nice and long for quite a while, helping keep that leg up. It's that hamstring, certainly. Okay, next time we're in that tricep push-up, we stay in our tricep push-up. Bending and straightening at the elbow here. Leg stays long. You could modify by bringing both of your knees to the floor. 8 seconds. 3, 2, we're gonna stay low in our push-up, come halfway down, down an inch, up an inch. Elbows stay tucked versus out to the left and right. 3, 2, stay halfway down, little pulses with that left leg. 3, 2, and 1, nice job. Woo-wee. Okay, child's pose. Feet together, knees wide. Stretch the arms out nice and long. Little reset here. All right, we'll come on to all fours before we get to the other side here. So we could stay on our, in a quadruped position here on all fours, still coming into a push-up, or we're going to come nice and long here. Legs stay nice and long. My shoulders are right above my wrists, plank to pike. Hips come up to the ceiling. Always taking the time to reset that perfect plank. Perfect plank. We're pressing away from the mat. Imagine my hands are between your shoulder blades, and you're pressing away to get your upper back to move into my hand. Good. Let's add on. Next time you come into a plank, kick one leg up high, feet come back together. So we want to keep our hips pointed to the floor. Alternating kicks. Last two. And then last one, evening things out. Coming back into our plank hold here. Press away. 8-second hold. But who's counting? 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. I'll take a child's pose anytime I can get it. Okay, let's come back onto all fours. A little break there, a little interlude. Okay, so we were on our right forearm before. Let's come onto our left forearm. Right hand comes down onto the mat. Right leg extends long. Pressing away from that mat, lift and lower the right leg. So I know you know what's next, but we pretend like we don't. Keeping in roughly the same amount of reps so we can keep things nice and even. Last 3, 2, last 1. Leg comes up. We're on to that left forearm. Ever so briefly, back down, foot to the floor. Lift, hands, forearm, floor. As you might recall, barely any weight into that left hand because it's just a quick little pit stop, almost like a little high five. Five more seconds and we add on. Next time you're up on your hands. Hands, make sure we're in line with the shoulders, close to the body so we can come to our narrow push-up. Back to your forearm, foot to the floor. Lift, hands, triceps, press, down we come. This is where this whole left hand, it doesn't have much weight on the mat line, comes to an end. We want equal weight in the hands when it comes time for that tricep push-up. Starting to feel my right hamstring about now. Definitely triceps. Next time you're up, stay up. Tricep push-ups only. Square your hips. Maybe you started to lose those hip bones pointed straight down to the floor here. That neutral pelvis. We dip down, leg comes up. Last 3, 2, staying in that push-up, that half push-up. We're up an inch, down an inch. Square the hips. 3, 2, keep the leg up, tiny little pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, child's pose. Arms long, feet together, stretch it all out. A little stretch for the glutes, the back. Give the triceps a little break here. Catch our breath too. Okay, we'll come back into our plank. Legs are nice and long. Curling your toes under, you could stay on all fours, that 4-point kneeling position with a hover. Plank to pike. Sending ourselves back. We add on. Every time you come into a plank, body is still. One knee at a time comes in toward you. One leg each. Back to your plank. Last 5 seconds. 2, stay in your plank. Legs are long. We're going to walk our hands toward our feet, arms nice and close. Body, arms close to the body as we stack and come all the way up, shoulders back and down. Good. Okay, so we are going to grab that squishy ball of ours and we'll come into a lunge series, standing series. It's a shorty, but we're doing it. So right foot comes forward. I'm on my left toes. Ball to the right of your knee here, or to the left of your right leg rather. We're bending and straightening both legs. 90-90. Rolling that ball up and down our right leg. Next time you're down, we stay down, pressing into that ball, little squishes, maybe feeling that in your chest here, as we pulse up an inch, down an inch. Last 3, 2, and then last one, ball comes in our hands. Arms go long, biceps are by my temples. I'm keeping my right leg bent, shifting forward so all the weight is in my right foot. Left foot comes to tap beside the right, back it goes, out and in. We add the arms. Arms come in when the leg comes in. Arms go long when the leg goes long. Watch what your right knee is doing. It might want to fall inward toward the center of the body or out to the right. Press down all 4 corners of that right foot. Last 2. Last one, we'll keep the arms nice and long, hinging slightly forward. We pass the ball underneath that right leg. This is another game of don't drop the ball. Switch directions. Try not to take out your TV. Try not to take anything out while you do this. Last 2. And then last one, keep the arms long, we pulse. 6, 3, 2, 1, come all the way up. Definitely need a little high five for that one. Whew, okay, we have to even things out. You know that already though. So left foot comes forward, right leg goes to the back. On our right toes, take the time to set yourself up. Ball comes to the inside of that left leg. Let's bend and straighten both legs. I'm telling you, a mat workout. It'll keep you humble. A Pilates mat workout. Next time you're down, stay down. Pressing into that ball, pulsing while I'm down here. Last 3, 2, and then last one. Ball is in my hands, slight hinge forward, weight is into my left foot, that left leg, glute, quad, I can feel it all. Tap out and in with the right leg. Leg long, foot in. Add the arms. Arms are in, leg is in, arms long, leg long. How low can you go here? But watch the left knee. That might be too low if we lose control. Last 8 seconds here. 3, 2, keep that left leg or that right leg long, left leg stays bent. We're playing pass here. Hinging forward more so if needed, as long as we don't collapse at the hips. Switch directions. Still low if you're creeping up. Last 2. Last one, arms go long, we pulse. 3, 2, 1, come all the way up. Whew, who needs weights when you got the ball and your body weight? Okay, let's come to the very back of the mat here. We gotta come back down. Big deep breath in. Dive forward. walking our hands out back into a plank. This time we're adding mountain climber with rotation. Right knee toward the left shoulder. Alternating here. Press away from the mat. You can always hold a plank here instead. Push-ups from your knees, lots of options. Last two. Last one. And then we can send our hips up to the sky, letting one heel drop at a time here. Taking a little moment before we move back on. Okay, let's come onto our knees. Maybe you're grabbing a sip of water. We're going to grab onto our weighted balls, your weights, whatever you have. Old school, soup can style, you could do that too. So I'm bringing both of these balls into my hands here. Arms are bent, nice and tall in this high kneel. Let's serve a tray. Reach the arms out, bend to come back in. So if this bothers your knees, we can always stand and do this, or you could have a seat. As long as our spine is long and our shoulders are stacked right above our hips. We add on, arms come out to open, close, bend to come back in. So we've moved into offering officially. That extension, abduction, adduction, and then returning back in that flexion. Next time you're out, stay out. Arms are out to the side. We flip our palms to face the floor. Flip your palms to face the ceiling. Long neck here. Traps want to jump in. Shoulders want to creep up to the ears. You can always ditch the weights, even just for the last 5 seconds here. Last two. And then last one, come all the way down. So anytime we reset, you can always bring your ear to your shoulder, finding some length into that neck, reminding the shoulders and neck to relax. Okay, arms are straight, palms face away from the body here, coming into reverse expansion. Arms reach up to about chest height, shoulder height, lower back down. So maybe you need to curl your toes under you. Maybe you like your the tops of your feet pressing into the floor, but our core is turned on so that we are not leaning forward or back when our arms lift and lower. Next time you're up, stay up. Flip your palms to face the floor. Palms continue to face away as we lift and lower. Really gripping on so that we're not dropping them. Happens, hear it all the time in class. Next time you're up, stay up. Palms flip to face the ceiling, the floor. You can always come to a soft bend in that elbow to take the edge off a little. Keep the neck long. 3, 2, last one. Come all the way back in. Good. Okay, we'll give the shoulders a bit of a rest. Bicep curls. Bending at the elbow, arms go nice and long. Option to add a low kneel in here to get that lower body working. So next time your arms go long, butt goes toward your heels, we come into that curl. We don't have to go all the way down. Especially if it bothers your knees, you could just go part way. We add on, we come to that curl, palms face each other, arms to the ceiling, bend the arms, bicep curl. Next time you're up, stay up. Palms face each other. Bend and straighten the arms, that overhead press. Last two. Last one will come all the way down. Good. Okay, slight hinge forward. We're coming into some tricep kickbacks here. So I like to find like a mid-kneel position. Arms kick long behind you and then bend and come in. So my palms are facing each other. You could have your palms face behind you if that feels better. They'll still come back in again to face each other though when you bend. Imagine I'm trying to take a picture when your arms are long. So you're wanting to give me even just like an extra half a second to snap that imaginary picture. Gives your triceps just a little bit more of that time under tension. Last 2. Arms stay long. Flip your palms to face the ceiling. We pulse our arms. Maybe you pulse this little mini kneeling squat of yours too. 3, 2, last one, come all the way up. Good. Okay, we'll finish with a little bit of, we're gonna call it an S shape, coming into a side bend eventually. So one arm comes over, one comes under. And then we alternate. Finding this S shape. We'll add our side bend. My left arm goes over my head. I'm reaching over to the right, switching. Right arm comes up and over. I've lost that S officially because that top arm is really reaching long. Maybe the bottom one is reaching to the opposite direction. Getting in that lateral flexion of the spine. Last one. And then we'll come back to center. Let's go bowling. We can roll those balls away. Okay, we're going to come into a kneeling side kick series. So I am gonna give you some options here first. So option 1, you could come to lie on your side. I'm gonna be on my left side, using the ball as a pillow. Bottom arm could wrap around that ball. That's option 1. Shoulder, neck issues, that's the best one for you. Secondly, ball could come under your lower oblique here. Forearm is on the mat. We're not just chilling though, we're lifting up through that lower side. Third and final option, I'll take this one today. We're going to bring our left hand on the mat. Right leg is long. Right arm comes up to the ceiling. I'm stacked from the top of my head to my heel, long line. Shoulders stacked, top hip stacked right above that bottom one. Arm to the sky, lift and lower your top leg. Working on that glute and hip strength, certainly our side body strength. Next time your leg is up, let's keep it up. Your ball arm, right arm reaches to above your head, right leg far away. So we're stretching out the body as much as we can. Elbow comes toward knee, and then we extend everything nice and long. Always restacking after we've flexed that spine. Take that extra half second to stretch the arm and leg out as much as you can. Last 2. Last one, stay in, little pulse, elbow to knee, 3, 2. Last one, we're coming all the way up. So I'm gonna go right over to the other side to keep things even and not to totally wear out our wrist or shoulder on that side. Right hand comes on the mat, left leg long. Check that everything's stacked. Shoulders, hips, arm to the sky. Not a moment to waste. Lift and lower that top leg. So it's not about how high the leg goes. We want to make sure that we're not lifting the leg so high that I'm coming into an unintentional little side crunch here. Then we can keep the work in our hip and our glute, not dumping into our low back. Next time that leg is up, arm goes long, reaching overhead, leg is long, elbow toward knee, extend long. Last 3 seconds. 2, elbow stays to knee, we pulse for 3, 2, and then last one, we can come all the way back up. Okay, we got one more each side. Same as before, hand comes down onto the floor. Leg goes nice and long, arm can come up to the ceiling. Our leg comes up, we're sweeping the leg forward and then back in line with the body. So we might not be going very far forward. Flexion and extension at that hip. Last two. Last one, leg goes long, tiny little circles, like you're stirring a coffee cup. Other way. Last two. Last one, come all the way up. Starting to get the shakes. Maybe you are too. Right hand, good side, working on that stability here. Top hand comes up to the ceiling, leg goes long, sweeping forward and back. You might notice pretty quickly, one leg has a lot more mobility than the other. Definitely the case for me on this side. Last one. Leg stays long, tiny little circles. Stirring that coffee cup from our hip versus ankle, other direction. Last two. Last one, come all the way up. Good, guys. Okay, we'll come to mermaid. Stretch a little. That right shin can come parallel with the short edge of your mat. Glutes are down, both of them down. If your right glute can't get all the way down, don't sweat it. We just don't want it to come up any higher than it is right now. Hand comes onto the ball. Roll the ball over to the left. Right arm comes up and over. We can go to the other side. Taking that ball with us. We'll go one more up and over to the right, and then we'll bring both of our hands onto the ball that's to our left. I'm aiming for the top right corner of my mat, still keeping the right glute down as much as it is right now, which isn't all the way down for me. Lowering the ball to the right corner, dragging it back in again. Last one, getting some spinal rotation in here. And then come all the way up. Okay, we'll switch. So that left shin can be parallel with the short end. Right shin is in front. Keep that left glute down as much as you can. Again, might not feel even. We're not symmetrical, so that makes sense. Okay, ball underneath that right hand. Roll the ball over to the right. Left arm comes up and over. And then we can go from side to side. Last one, over to the left. Hands can come onto the ball over to our right here, aiming for that top left corner. Pressing into the ball to roll it away. Straight arms to come up. So it's almost like a variation of swan here. Spinal extension exercise that we can do on the mat or the reformer. Ladder barrel, Cadillac, spine corrector, all the options. Pilates equipment. And then we'll come all the way up. Good, guys. Okay, let's come to lie on our stomach. So I'm gonna flip to come this way. Lying on our stomach. So first thing that we want to remember when we come down is that we want to tuck the pelvis. So think like you're lifting up your belly button and your hip bones. You're pressing your pubic bone into the mat here. Our hands can come by our sides like a cactus or goal posts. Legs can go nice and wide here. So that tuck of the pelvis. Head, neck, shoulders, arms, nice long spine, lift up and off the mat, and then back down again. Maybe your legs lift too. Ensuring we move our spine in all directions here. Spinal extension. We add on. Next time you come up, you stay up, arms come forward, bend, lower yourself down. That lift, extend, bend, back down we come. Last two. Last one. We come up and stay up, arms and legs go long. We're coming into swimming, classic mat Pilates. Keep that tuck of the pelvis. Last three, two, last one, come all the way down. Okay, you're welcome to just stay on your stomach for a sec if you want, or you can take a quick child's pose stretch. It's nice to get that counter stretch. And then we'll come back down onto our stomachs. Okay, single leg kick. So we're coming onto our forearms, tucking the pelvis here, trying to lift that pubic bone off the mat here. So I'm keeping my spine as long as I can here. Single leg kick. The name speaks for itself. I'm flexing the foot, trying to kick my bum 2 times. Kick, kick, lower. Kick, kick, lower. Pressing away from the mat. Neck is nice and long with the rest of the spine. So we're always hammering that home as Pilates teachers because this is about our upper to mid back extension, not our cervical extension, not about our neck. Last one, and then all the way down. Again, you can chill on your stomach or come to that counter stretch, either cat, cow, or child's pose. Told you, I'm always gonna take a child's pose given the opportunity. Okay. Coming into a double leg kick. So bring your right hand, think your peace fingers, your pointer finger and your middle finger. Left hand behind you on the small of your back. Your 2 fingers come into the palm of that left hand. So I'm looking down at the mat here. 2 fingers in that left hand. Tuck that pelvis. Arms go nice and long, like I'm reaching for something by my feet. Legs hover off the mat. Right cheek comes down to the mat. We kick our bum 2 times. Flex, flex. Arms go long. We're looking down at the floor. Left cheek to the mat. Kick your bum twice. 1, 2. Arms long. Again, face. Reaching long. Opening up through that chest. Last 2. 1 more each way. Last one. Arms long, holding here. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. Okay, child's pose, last one. Butt toward heels, arms stretch long. Take a breather. Okay, come back onto your knees. Keep the feet together. Wide. Yeah, it's wild, all right. Wide push-up. Elbows go wide out to the side. You're like, wild. We just finished that and we're back in push-ups. Butt toward heels. Good. We're powering through to the end here, friends. But control still matters. We don't want to get sloppy near the end. It's easy to as we get fatigued. You could come on your toes. If you're super ambitious and you got some more energy in you, go for it. Last 2. We're staying in our push-ups. Elbows go wide, bending and straightening, pressing your chest away from the mat. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Come halfway down. We're down an inch, up an inch. For 3. 2. Last 1, child's pose, butt toward heels, stretch it out nice and long. Good, take a breather. Well, Joseph Pilates called this the push-up, okay? We're gonna roll through it to finish things off, and then pinky promise we stretch and we move on with our lives for the day, okay? So hands can come on to that mat. Always onto your forearms is an option. Long legs here. That standing roll up, so nothing we haven't done yet so far today. Reaching up nice and tall. Inhale. Walk your hands back out. We come to 1 push-up. Elbows wide, arms long. Walk your hands back toward your feet. Stack and come up. Coming back down. This time we come to 2 push-ups. Elbows wide. Walking back. We're gonna go all the way up to 99. Joking. Can you imagine? Walk all the way out. 3 push-ups. Walking your hands back all the way up to 5, okay? We'll split the difference. Diving forward. Arms go nice and long. 4. Coming back. We got 1 more. This will get the heart rate up to finish things off. 5 push-ups. Last one, we'll stay down, feet together, knees wide, stretch. Hands can walk over to the left side of your mat. So I want to press my right hand into the mat or onto the floor, looking underneath my right armpit here to get a stretch into the lat, the side of the body. And then over to the right side, pressing my left hand into the mat. Good. Okay, we'll come to seated. I'm going to lose my shoes to stretch. So we'll come into a butterfly stretch to start with. Bottoms of our feet can come together here. We can hinge forward. Maybe you're happy to stay forward, or we can keep it active. And then we'll come up. So that left leg can stay bent, right leg can go long. My right arm slides down my right leg, left arm comes up and over. Again, you could stay over, or maybe it feels good to keep it active. I like to keep it active. And I have found keeping it active for this stretch specifically, I have increased my flexibility, I'd say over the last year, at least with this exercise. My hamstrings could use some love. That's why we call it our Pilates practice. And then last one. Good. Speaking of hamstrings, I'm going to extend both my legs eventually here. So for a hamstring stretch, I'm not a huge fan of just the fold flop forward. I like to keep the legs bent here, heels pressing into your mat, slowly getting that stretch in the backs of the legs. And then bending, same thing, pressing down. That grippy mat not allowing for a nice slide. You can always use your flooring instead. There we go, moves a lot nicer. And then last one. All right, little stretch here for the spine. Legs are out long, right leg crosses over top of the left. So my right foot is planted, and I'm going to hug that right knee into my chest, looking over my right shoulder. Maybe you bring your left elbow by that right knee. It's not necessary for the stretch though. Again, active or static, up to you. Staying put or keeping it active, and then we'll switch. Left leg can bend, same. Over that left shoulder, maybe that right elbow comes on. And then we'll come back through center. Well, that was a sweaty little intermediate, probably too advanced Pilates mat flow. And I look forward to working out with you again on the purple mat or the purple reformer.